guys, what's up? It's Tonji here. This is my dad's 1911 A1. This was the revolver that I showed. That was his first gun, and he only recently got back into guns after I did. And this was like his first new purchase, I guess you would say, or newer purchase. And this is, like I said, Springfield Armory, 1911 A1. The thing with this, I don't know if my dad got ripped off, or if they're just expensive, but this one was about, I think it was just under $1,000 for this one. I mean, looking back on it now, I believe I could have got him something, not necessarily better, just maybe a little more different for that price, that maybe would have had more features. But I mean, the Springfields are great guns, and me personally, I mean, I like to shoot this gun. However, I would not buy one. It's just not my cup of tea. I mean, it's a great functioning gun, no issues whatsoever. It's just not my deal. Maybe a smaller one, maybe. It's just like there's so much about it that I just don't see practical in my eyes. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that love 1911s. They're going to bash me about that, but I mean, the gun is insanely heavy. Compared to other guns, very low capacity. It is easy to shoot though, and I'll give you that. But I would get, maybe like a carry version of a 1911 in general. I don't know if I would go with Springfield, but a smaller one would be something that I would be considering. It's just, this is just too it's too bulky for my liking. But it is a good gun. I mean, if this is what you're considering as far as shoot quality, it is there. But like I said, it's just not my deal as far as something I would want to pay for in this size, of course. Now, here, let me pull this back here. I'm not going to be able to take this apart due to my finger issue, like I mentioned in my other videos. Of course, it's empty. This gun came out of the safe. I always keep them empty. This is a 9mm. You've probably already noticed in the beginning of the video. I believe it holds, I think it's 8 rounds or 9 rounds. I'm not really sure. I don't remember off the top of my head. But this is one of the guns where, regardless of whether you have 9mm or if you have 45, the gun pretty much stays the same as far as its dimensions. It doesn't really change much. I mean, of course, the barrel changes and everything, but I'm saying as far as your feel, it's pretty much the same. That's why sometimes my dad wishes he would have got this in 45, but 9's just, it's just cheaper, and this is like mainly a range gun, so it was just it made more economic sense to get it in 9. But I'm trying to figure what else. The sights, I do not know if they are adjustable. I don't believe they are. And they're just plain, I don't know if you can see it. They're plain white. Nothing special. Like I said, this Springfield specifically is very basic. But it does shoot well. And maybe for open carry, this might be something cool to carry, but definitely could not conceal this. The other thing that was annoying when we first got it was the fit and finish just was weird. Like you would see how I was able to drop the slide and it went all the way into place. When we first got this, it did not, and I worked it for like maybe 15-20 minutes just racking the slide trying to work it in, and it just took a long time to really work in. It just, I don't know, a lot of the stuff was like, it was like sticky, I guess you would say. It just wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't milled properly, or they make them very tight on purpose. I don't know. But I would say for the first like 2-3 weeks it was not a pleasure, because you know, you would be dropping the slide to put the bullet into the chamber. It would not go all the way. You got to push into the slide. You know, you say the webbing safety here. You couldn't, the hammer wouldn't drop properly. But like I said, after a couple 100 rounds, it did work itself in. But it just, like, it left you wondering, oh, is there something wrong here? But there wasn't, luckily. So, like I said, you know, this is my opinion on this model, 1911. I'm not talking about all of them, because I know there are so many different companies that make the 1911, obviously. And, you know, there's so many different levels of quality. I'm talking about specifically my feel on the Springfield's 1911. This was something that I would not purchase myself, and definitely not in this size. However, in other brands, I would consider purchasing it, but in a small model. Like the Kimber Carry model is something that I've shown some interest in, and maybe at some point I might get that, but not anytime soon. Alright guys, that's it for the 1911 here, and catch you guys later.